Well, this is different. After reviewing action games, here I am with tactical strategy game. This game was a huge part of my childhood, so I've decided to take a look at it and see if it still holds up.
I'm in trouble.
And he's
He's
down.
out of commission.
UFO Aftermath is a tactical strategy game where you defend the Earth from alien invaders, and it all takes place in the near future of 2004. And as always, it's up to you to create the perfect squad and fight off the aliens. Yeah, it's a simple story, but I think it works well for a strategy game like this. But it's still simple, so let's not waste any more time on it and let's talk about the presentation. Let's address the obvious first. The game runs in one resolution with no way of changing it. And sadly, I didn't find any resolution mods either, so we're stuck with this. With that out of the way, the actual presentation is a mixed bag. Visuals, I really like them. I like this dark, kind of a gritty art style they have. And they're accompanied with amazing music. But on the other hand, the weapon sounds and alien sounds are average at best.
Ready, sir?
I did it!
It's dead.
Target injured.
Now the actual gameplay is separated into two portions, tactical and strategic, which I'm gonna talk about first. At the start of the game you can pick your difficulty and continent you start on, so I started in Europe on normal difficulty. Once you start you can see you have 2 available bases, but later you can capture more of them. You can also train and equip your squad and start research and development. There's plenty to cover because honestly the in-game tutorial is horrible and doesn't teach you shit, so let's start with the bases. Bases are separated into 3 types: scientific, engineering and military. In scientific bases you can start various researches. Alien autopsy, new technologies and UFO detections all get researched here. They take time, but the more research bases you have, the faster it takes. Engineering bases work similarly. After researching something you have to develop it, which is the same process as research. However, later you can also manufacture stuff like energy weapons and enhanced armor. Once again, it takes time, but the more bases you have, the less time it takes. And finally we have military bases. Here is where you equip, train and organize your squad. Whenever you accept a mission, your squad hops on chopper and flies to the mission location. It's also a place where your fighter jets fly from when you send them to intercept enemy UFOs. All of these bases are well balanced out and you really need to effectively utilize all of them. Now back to intercepting UFOs, there's not much to say. Once you develop UFO detection, you can send your jets to attempt to shoot them down. You can even develop upgrades to make your jets more effective. And it's just a coin flip. Yeah, you watch pre-rendered cutscene with really out of place rock music and you either win or lose. That's it. I don't think the upgrades even do anything. Look, I didn't expect Top Gun or Homeworld, but some interaction from the player would be nice. Because as it is, I have no idea why it's even here. Now let's talk about managing your soldiers. It's simple. Missions give them XP and eventually they level up. Then you can upgrade one of their attributes. And once certain attributes are leveled up enough, you can train them in certain specializations, which makes them more effective in that regard. You know, medic training makes them better medics, sniper training makes them better snipers, and so forth. This encourages you to accept as many missions as possible so you can level up your soldiers to their full potential, and I really like that. Equipping them is pretty self-explanatory. You give them the right weapons, equipment and armor, and you have to make sure you don't go over their weight limit. So this is the strategic portion. Simple management of your bases, research and troops that still requires your full attention. And now let's finally talk about the tactical portion.
Something just hit me. They almost got me.
Tactical gameplay plays in real time, with the possibility to pause and issue new orders. It's worth mentioning that your soldiers won't fire at anything until you give them order to do so. And I really like this because it allows you to get into good position before the enemy even spots you. This allows you to set up an ambush and take out most enemies before they realize they're getting shot at. However, until your soldiers spot them, you don't know where the enemies are. Which means if you're not careful, they can ambush you too. So be careful.
I copy.
Good to go.
I'm waiting for the order.
Ready.
Injured.
Right weapons and equipment are important too. Basic enemies go down with few shots from basically any weapon, from pistols to assault rifles. But when you encounter those big hard-hitting ones, you definitely want to have RPG or grenades on standby. Speaking of grenades and RPGs, they can be used to blow up certain walls and create a new path for you. Keep that in mind in case it seems that you cannot flank the enemy. You definitely need to be able to use your equipment in the heat of the battle. But if you don't have the right equipment, then you're kinda fucked. Usually selecting the right equipment is fairly easy. However, when you're about to capture a base, you need to consider that you're gonna go through two different environments. The outside of the base and then the inside. So either equip your squad with fairly universal weapons or have some of them carry shotguns in their backpacks. And I gotta say, close quarters combat is pretty intense. Again, you don't see enemies until your soldiers spot them, so you don't know where they are, so you clear one room after another, you can search multiple of them and find no enemies, and then in one room, BAM!
I copy.
Ready, sir.
I'm in trouble. They got me. They got me.
Standing by.
Your orders, sir.
I'm waiting for the order.
By I did it.
With all of these elements working so well together, the tactical gameplay is an absolute blast.
I'm thinking further orders.
Even despite the, let's be honest, really stupid enemy AI. So with all of this, I can give this game a glowing recommendation, right? It has good strategy gameplay with decent management, and great tactical gameplay where you have to be tactical and strategic. Now this game completely sabotages itself and turns into garbage.
Was last.
So after I finished the first story mission and did all the available research I had, the second story mission appeared. And it's like it triggered some kind of shitty domino effect. So at this point, I almost exclusively fought the grey enemies. And all of the bases were set in alien environments with next to no cover. And that would be passable. But now the aliens started packing 3 guns that broke my will to live. First, rocket launchers. They're not that dangerous with normal rockets, but they keep using fire rockets and those have explosion radius of a fucking fat man. Second, advanced plasma guns. Aliens already had plasma guns and, you know, they were usually avoidable. But these guys are 100% accurate and can one-shot your guys with best armor. Like, look at this. What the fuck was I supposed to do here? Third, and the absolute worst. No, seriously. This is the worst thing I've ever seen, not only in a tactical game or a strategy game, but in a video game in general. Mind control guns. They do basically what you expect them, they turn your soldiers hostile. And honestly, this could be an interesting challenge. However, once again, enemies can fire it at sniper range. It's 100% accurate, it affects your soldier instantly. Once you gain control of them again, they just get zapped again. And if that's not fucking enough, they can fire them through walls and terrain. This is absolutely broken. It's impossible to play the game in any way this way. And keep in mind, my soldiers have the best research armor with protection against all types of damage. Literally none of it helps against these guns. And I cannot even play the basic missions now because all of them involve Radiclons and they always carry these weapons. Also, did I mention at this point you have a time limit? Yeah, after the second mission activates, something called biomass appears and starts swallowing the earth. Once it reaches your bases, you lose them and cannot acquire them back. And I didn't find anything to do research to get rid of it or anything, so bye!
Standing by.
I'm hooked.
Incoming
Right now,
fast.
sir.
Target
Target disabled.
Further orders.
I swear, I spent so long trying to figure something out. I tried different strategies, different equipment. I tried every mission that I was able to try. Nothing. And after over 5 hours of my footage being nothing but dying, I had enough. I said, fuck this shit, I'm done. I have never seen a game that sabotages itself like this. It starts off as such a great tactical strategy game, and then it turns into one of the worst games I've ever played. And with all of this said, call me crazy, but I still recommend it. The first 12 plus hours I played were so much fun that I feel like it would be a shame not to try it. Especially since the game is only €4. Yeah, it turns to shit later. But you know what?
He's gone.
Maybe I just suck and missed some easy solution that basically invalidates everything I said. If that's the case, please let me know, I'm gonna try it. And if I ever finish this game, I'm gonna do a full review of finished game. Because I really don't feel good about reviewing unfinished game, but I really didn't want to waste the footage. I promise that if I find solution, or if some of you tell me, I will do a full review on it. So thank you for watching. Sorry my voice is worse than usual, but I was sick twice in a row actually. And next time, I'll see you with the game I'll finish, along with its expansion. Stay safe.
Nailed the bastard. Target injured.
That's one less of him to worry about.